Welcome to class 21 of Business Environment. In the last class, we were studying about SEBI Act 1992. So, we have already studied the objectives and management of SEBI. So, it's a time to deal with powers and functions of SEBI. So, SEBI Act is passed to protect the interest of investors and regulate healthy functioning of stock market. So, this we have studied in the last class. So, here powers and functions of SEBI are given. So, first it says it regulates the security trading. So, what is security trading? Security trading is nothing but you are going to buy and sell the securities. And to buy and sell the securities, there are some people who are functioning in middle. So, what the SEBI does here? So, SEBI sees that the people who are functioning in the security trading is being registered or not. So, they are going to check that, and they are going to regulate the functioning of people. So, which people now? So, which people are connected with the security trading? So, it may be brokers, it may be the transfer agent, bankers, underwriters, investment advisors. So, these are the people who are in the trading circle or security trading. So, these people who are there, so they are registered and they are regulated by the SEBI. So, the next is regulating collective investment scheme. Okay, so working of collective investment schemes, so like your mutual funds, so these are being registered and regulated by SEBI. The next is prohibits fraudulent practices. So fraudulent practices or the unfair trade practices that takes place in security market, so such acts, such practices is been prohibited by SEBI. So as we have studied in the last class, so like your pump and dump, insiders trading. So all these are the unfair trade practices which are being practiced in the security market. The next point says it prohibits insiders trading. So as I have told you in the last class, insiders trading means, so whichever information which is not still public, so which relates to the security, you are going to take advantage of it and you are going to make profit. So that we call it as insiders trading, right? So for example, so if you are an employee of a company, so you are going to work in the company, you are the insider of the company and you know better than what is going, you know better than the other people regarding what is going in the company. So who have the full information now? You have the full information being employee. So if you reveal this information to the outsider, so this information is not leaked to the public, so this information whatever is there in the company, so which is confidential, which is not public, so if you are going to use this and make profit of it, so that becomes insiders trading. So such tradings with relates to shares, with relates to debentures or securities, so we call it as insiders trading, and such trading is an unfair trade practice, so such tradings will be prohibited by SEBI. Then the next is you are regulating substantial acquisition of shares. So substantial acquisitions of shares is nothing but you are going to acquire more shares, right? So when you are going to acquire more shares, you will get more power, you are going to get more rights. So such things will be regulated by SEBI. So the next is promote investors education. Promotes investors education means, so you are going to educate the investors regarding, so what is the risk factor involved in the security, so which will give you the high return, so which will make you to wait for the long. So all these things you will make known to the investors. Along with that, the training for the intermediaries in the security market is also be given. Next is conduct inquiry to stock exchange and intermediaries. So conduct inquiries or intermediaries of the stock exchange and the working of the stock exchange. So they call for the information, so they undertake inspection, conduct inquiry, and they conduct the audit of stock exchange, the working of stock exchange and the intermediaries in the stock market. So along with that, what happens? So performing such functions and powers as delegated by the, so this is been delegated by the central government and by the Security Contract Act. So conducting research in the above matters. So whatever I have said, so they are going to conduct inquiry and also conducting research in the above matters is a function of SEBI. So they are going to levy some fee and other charges in discharging the functions. The next is Consumer Protection Act 1985. So as we have studied SEBI, so it is mainly to protect the interest of investors. So here Consumer Protection Act, so the name itself indicates that it is going to, or this act is been passed to protect the interest of the consumers. Okay, to protect the interest of consumers or the right of the consumers. So necessary amendments were passed or made through the Consumer Protection Act. So this act was mainly passed to reduce the consumer exploitation. So like your high price. So sometimes the seller is going to sell the product at the high price. So who will be suffering here? The consumer is going to suffer. So the less quality and poor quality. So there is a difference between less quality and poor quality. So less quality is nothing but you are going to provide the product with the less quality, or as per stated it is not there. Okay, poor quality. Poor quality means quality is not good. So actually it is less quantity, which means you are going to say it is having 1 kg for example, but actually it has only 500 grams. So poor quality means the quality is not good. The next is misleading advertisement. So misleading advertisement is nothing but, so you are going to say, so if you are going to use for example Fair and Lovely, so you will be fair within 1 week. So is it possible? No. So this kind of advertisement we call it as misleading advertisement. So it is not true, right? So you are been attracted with that and you are going to use it, but actually it doesn't work. So the next is harmful product. Okay, so harmful product is nothing but whatever product you are going to produce, so that product will cause injury to the life and property of the consumer. So such products, to protect the consumer from such products, so Consumer Act has been passed. Then the next is alteration. Alteration means you are going to make the changes, right? So you have ordered something, you have got something. So this is called as alteration. You make alteration, or you show a good product and at the time of delivering the product you give the low quality product. So this is called as alteration. The next is poor services. So poor services like after sales service, so installation, then the services what you are going to repair, so all this, the warranty guarantees, all these are after sales service. So if product doesn't have such service, we call it as poor services. So these are the things which exploits the consumer, and to protect the consumer from all these things the Consumer Protection Act was passed. Okay, the next is the act has identified the rights of consumers. So first it says the right to protect against goods and services. Okay, so you are going to protect the consumer against the goods and services. So which goods and services? Those goods and services which are produced by the company and which caused harm to the life and property of the consumer. So such things is called as harmful product. And so to protect the consumer against this product, so this act was passed. So the next is the right to be informed about particular goods and services. So get the information regarding the quality of product, purity of product, standard and price of the goods and services. So you are going to protect the consumer against the unfair trade practices. Okay, the next is you are going to seek redressal against unfair trade practices. Okay, so if you are suffered with the unfair trade practices, you have a right to claim for that. The next is the right to consumer education. Right to consumer education means before you are going to purchase anything, you are going to get the detailed information regarding that, and you know what are your rights, so where you can claim, so what are the exploitation that is being done by the company. So all these things are or this information is given to the consumer, so it helps to educate the consumer. Thank you.